On Deck. I'm Karma. This is your Taurus weekly reading for May 23rd of 23. Did you miss me? I'm back. I don't have a computer, so I'm not able to multi-stream, and we're just doing YouTube right now. So the computer's being repaired. Once that gets fixed, my office is back to normal. Hopefully another week. It's been out for a while, so let's take a look and see what's going on with you, Taurus. King of Wands, Ten of Swords, Six of Swords, Hierophant, Ace of Wands. Interesting. Hi, Taurus. So let me ask you this. Are you feeling frustrated at work a little bit? And are you looking for something else? I can just say you've got the Two of Swords here for indecision. First thing that comes up is the King of Wands. And the King of Wands has to do with our actions, how we step out and the actions that we take. Right next to that is the Ten of Swords. What's that telling me? If you notice here, the Ten of Swords is looking a little stuck, captured in the middle, feeling as if he can't move left or right. I'm also seeing the Hierophant. I'm highlighting some of the major cards that are going on in your reading right here. We've got the Hierophant. I would say the King of Wands also, because that's the beginning of this inverted pyramid here. And then we have the Hierophant, which has to do with education, doing the right thing. Are you feeling very obligated right now? Or as if you don't have control? And are you sitting in your brain, wondering whether you're doing the right thing or trying to stick to a moral code? I have the Ace of Wands here as well for your skill set. It's funny that came up with Aries as well. Let me just point out these other cards here, just for fun. You've got the Temperance for balance. You've got the King of Coins, the Strength card, the Ace of Wands, the Hierophant, and the King of Swords as well as that King of Wands. So what that tells me is I'm seeing that there's action that needs to be taken, or you're really focused on doing better with your finances. There's a little overwhelm in here. Same thing was going on with Aries. It must be in the air. But I'm seeing temperance here. Right now, your only focus, Taurus, is to find some balance and maintain some balance. I would ask you, though, with this card here, with the Taurus, with the temperance, I was going to say Taurus, your temperance card is telling me that you're doing a lot of self-reflection right now. Most people, I was going to make a little joke about narcissists. Most of normal people do this. They go and they take a look at what it is I did. How can I change my behavior? How can I reframe this and take accountability? So there's a little bit in here of looking in the mirror about what it is you've done, what you can do, and what your responsibility is. I will say that you're doing a stellar job with that. You also have the Two of Swords right after that, which tells me that you're unsure on how to move forward with these things. All I can say is you've got the King of Swords, which represents victory. And it's more so about, like, if you use an ugly reference, like if you get divorced, now you must win the peace, right? You go get a scholarship to school, now you have to go to school. These are about, the King of Swords has to do with victory, but it also has to do with, like, you've won, but now you meant like winning the presidency. I'm going to use that one from now on for King of Swords. You've won the presidency, now you get to go be president. So it's like you've won, you have acquired and attained this level of attainability, or you've gotten what you've wanted, but yet there's still something to build and move with in this next phase. I do see you being a little busy. Maybe you're working a little bit more lately than you have been, or there's a lot of activity on your plate. If you notice here with the Eight of Coins, he's on his feet and he's got little crabs nipping at his feet. So it just feels like there's constant little things that are asking for your time. I'm also seeing some expenses that are coming up for you, or things that you want to spend some money on with the King of Coins. It's going to be just fine. Kings tell us we have it to spend, so don't worry too much about where it's coming from. I also want to point out too, even though you're working a lot, like you've got the Eight of Coins and the Three of Coins, which means you're active, very active right now. You've got the Ace of Wands, which tells us that you have a skill set. That means that you're very much capable in the next phase. That the Ace of Wands says that you have not only a good reputation, but you have an ability, a natural ability to move on your feet, or to be able to get things done despite the resources. The Strength card in here too is also telling me a little bit about grace and surrender. There's also a little bit in here about health. Like maybe you're worried about your health or worried about your mental health because it's paired right next to the Temperance card. However, the Strength card also paired with the Ace of Wands is capability. So you're stronger than you think you are. You're more capable than you think you are. And you can write a check on your reputation right now, Taurus. I want to point out, like I did for Aries, I'm not seeing any warning signs in your readings right now. I don't see any Tower cards. I don't see any Death cards. I don't see the Devil. I don't see anything more difficult than just the fact that Taurus right now is a little tired. I wouldn't say overwhelmed and exhausted, but I would say that because you're pushing things, to the limit, and a lot is expected of you physically. I'm seeing this Page of Swords, which is a little bit of short temper. This tells me that you're just kind of feeling, maybe you're not executing it and being road ragey about things, but there's a little bit in here about having, just feeling a little edgy. However, on that note, overwhelm is the name of the game. That's it. So if you can just pull back a little bit, say no to some things, this could correct very easily. Doesn't look like there's a lot of trouble, trauma, or whatever. This just popped out as I was putting them away. This card has to do with ease. So despite your mental state, doing the right thing, feeling like you're busy, you do have the Six of Swords for things getting easier. That's the pressure pointing away from you for a while. I'm going to go ahead and grab the other deck to do the moon reading. Let's take a look and see what your environment and your mental state is like. I think we got some of that from the general spread. All right, here we go for the Taurus moon. Wheel of Fortune, Eight of Pentacles, Two of Wands, Five of Cups. Are you feeling a little lonely? That's what's coming up for me right now for Taurus. Or are you feeling as if someone isn't meeting your needs? There's a little bit in here about moods. If you notice here with the Five of Cups, there's sadness here. Or feeling as if something isn't right. I do see the Lovers card in here, so that, excuse me, I got the hiccups, makes me want to ask you if you're missing someone, or if there's someone that you're thinking about. Maybe you want things to go back to the way they used to be. I see the Empress in here, which is a little bit of power, right? We're talking about our power in the Sun card. Or maybe I just have to wonder how many of you out there are like turning away people on the dating app, or turning down the idea of dating on an app. It's funny to me how, we're talking about global Tauruses here. I try to stay away from talking about relationship stuff because that's so individual according to the person. But I am seeing the Lovers card. I am seeing a little bit of missing someone. I'm seeing some silence going within. Not necessarily the Hermit, but this is definitely where you're keeping things to yourself quite a little bit. I do see there's this Eight of Pentacles, repetition and redundancy. Maybe, just maybe Taurus is bored. Maybe a little bit bored with things. I would say that's the case. And you're not sure which direction to take things. Again, money is coming up for you in this reading. There's the Wheel of Fortune and the Two of Pentacles here for juggling some ideas on what to move forward. I will say your mental state is a little bit of fatigue. You've got a lot on your plate. I feel as if there's some things that you wish you could put down. If you notice here, this is the Ten of Wands. He's carrying too much weight. So what is it that you're carrying? And is any of it yours that you can maybe put down? I can see here a little bit of wanting to give up on things, or walk away from some things that aren't serving you with the Ten of Cups. And then I'm also seeing the Empress here next to the King of Pentacles. So that's telling me that you have this nurturing sense right now where you want to take care of people, take care of yourself, take care of your home. I'm also seeing the Sun card for you, which is attention on you. Even though it looks to me as if Taurus is trying to withdraw and retreat a little bit, I feel like there's going to be a lot of attention on you. That's the Sun card. So if you're single, this says that there's going to be some attention on you. If you're feeling lonely or bored, like I was saying earlier, I do see much more social activity coming up for you, but you just have to choose it. If you notice here, you've got the Two of Pentacles for juggling things, and you're already busy enough. However, I think that you would thrive if you did more social activities. I'd really love to know what's going on with some of you, though, because the Lovers card is playing in here a little bit. And we've got the Two of Cups, too. You want partnership as far as, not necessarily relationship, but you want equal measure. You want your friends to do like you do, or you want, equal measure. When you put out, you want someone to put back. So that includes even like at work or our kids, our environment. This is a little bit of feeling as if our needs aren't getting met in there. I'm going to pull a card for you from Divination of the Ancients. Let's see which card I want to pull for Taurus. Alchemy. Interesting. Spells and alchemy. So this card really talks to us about intention setting more so than magic, even though it's spells and it uses the little pot. What's the process that goes into combining things to get something else? It's the sum of its parts, not the individual pieces that make things go. But this has to do with alchemy, changing and shifting energy. Perhaps like with the boredom, perhaps Taurus needs to shake things up and find a little entertainment or change things up in a way, and create a little alchemy in here, or a bath time. Maybe it's time for a little travel for Taurus, or maybe a day off that you just call off and stay to yourself. I feel like there's just a tiny bit of overwhelm that you can get a handle on. But yes, so spells. Why do I feel like we need to pull another one? And fortune cookie, fortuitous. So trust your luck right now. This isn't quite exactly roll the dice, but this is telling you that there's messages coming your way and that there is some really good blessings on the other side. If you look at that, you have the Wheel of Fortune in your reading when it came to your moon reading, that's telling us that timing is on your side right now. So thank you for hanging out with me. I will catch you on the flip side. To book your one-on-one, visit karmaondeck.com. Hang out, subscribe. It helps with the channel. I love to have your company. Adonai, and I'll catch you on the flip side. Next is Gemini.